There we go. Forgot to turn my camera on. Good morning. I'm very tired right now. We started sleep training our newborn, so it's yeah, I'm a few minutes late today. I didn't get to sleep till very, very late, and I haven't had my coffee yet. So, but we're here, so that's that. It's 2 a.m. where you are. Nice, man. I guess that's not so nice for you, but how is everyone doing this morning? Jesus, I look like I haven't slept in 52 days. Well, we'll have our coffee, we'll wake up, and then we'll get into it, I guess. Bitcoin broke its trend yesterday. That's been holding it up, so that'll be interesting to see that today. Okay, you know what? No more screwing around. Let's catch up on chat and get right into this thing. Channel's growing. I haven't checked lately. What are we at for subscribers? Just kidding. I refresh every 5 minutes. I know every single time I get a new sub. Oh, 8,900. Wow. Holy crap. We must have got a lot in the last day or two. That's crazy. 5K, 41,000 to go. Blueprint free. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Morning, good morning. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Lemon. Anthony had a pretty interesting trade happen. Actually, I'm going to pull this up on screen. So Anthony is somebody who didn't know too much about stock markets. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony, here. So we know Anthony through a mutual friend. I know Anthony through a mutual friend, and then mutual friend X told Anthony about me. Anthony didn't know too much about stocks. Saw what we were doing here, kind of got hooked, I think, and then started learning the science. And he sends me some charts every now and then, and it's pretty neat. So this was something he sent me last night. He missed the trade, unfortunately. He was pretty sad about it, but his technicals were bang on. So this is something he had charted back in December, and yeah, don't miss the trend, man. His target was pretty perfect, and his trend was pretty laser accurate. So good ups to Anthony. Good morning, fellow traders. Good morning. NFLX paid me 10 years of subscriptions today. Netflix paid you 10 years of subscriptions. Some kind of move, I suppose. You're in Netflix. Sweet, man. Today's going to be kind of a chill day. We were not supposed to be streaming today, but I couldn't record yesterday because we had to actually. I messed up my scheduling. It was the first day we were going to start sleep training our newborn, so it was just impossible to record last night. Welcome to fatherhood. Yeah, it's our second time we've done the sleep training, so never bought a stock before. Traded in quotation marks crypto, aka lost cash prior. You got to start thinking of a new name for your forming army. I don't know, the Candy Squad. I have no idea. I'll leave that up to you guys. You guys are pretty creative with that stuff. You guys will figure something cool out. Oh, you guys didn't see Anthony's stock chart that I posted. Sorry. Here, let's go to the main screen. Right, I forgot. I'm on the talking platform right now. So yeah, Anthony had charted this back in December. He forgot to take the trade, but anyways, it was a pretty awesome trade. His level was bang on. His trends were bang on too. So that was pretty cool to see that. Andy Army for the win. I'll pick one when I see something I really like. We can move straight into crypto here. You know, we can just go straight into crypto. We're looking at commodities today, so today's going to be a bit of a chill day, like I said. Still building up our expectations. Yeah. So what did Bitcoin do? Laddered off the back of its range, broke its first trend, went straight to its second trend, broke its second trend. Yeah, you would expect a bigger reaction off of this trend to be lost, but the day is not over yet. So we're just going to talk a little bit about trend here for a second. Like, this is a very important trend that we have. Obviously, it's been following it to the T, and it comes from back in the past, right? Drawing trends properly comes from butterfly effect. So this is like a butterfly effect type of trend, or at least it's something I talk about, butterfly effect. I'm sure this is a future trading trend actually, but how to manipulate it properly and things like that, and why it moves where it does. And it's all very dynamic. And there's something I call comparative analysis, and we can talk a bit about that today. But this trend has obviously been pretty important, and immediately you'd go to it and you'd say, okay, well, like, what happened? It broke trend and it didn't have a big dump. Well, yeah, it broke trend, but it's not on the time frame yet, right? Like, it's still got time in the day to regain it. Like, here it broke trend 2, and then it regained trend before it went and back tested its trend from up here, which this trend is actually up here. This is just an adapted out trend, but this trend is actually can be found right here. So yeah, you've lost trend right now, but it's not a big enough time frame yet. You can lose trends on time frames, and it's not big enough yet. While it does look like it is going to pull back, the day's not over, right? So this is a pretty even the 4 hour hasn't really closed properly. So there's no panic on Bitcoin dumping it. Like, you can see even here, the 4 hours hard closing here. And then even if you were to actually take your trend here, I'm sure this is probably just back testing the 4 hour. Actually, you'd need to start from a higher time frame to get the proper trend. We need to delete that. It'd be from here to here, and then you can adapt that to the 4 on the 4. Which one is my purple line? I can't even see. Jesus. That's this guy here. I don't even like this, to be honest. So there's no 4 hour. It would actually have to be on the 1. Okay, we got to redo this a little bit. I wonder if there's a 12, actually. There's not a 12 either. However, that's the biggest trend we have, so you know what? You have to use it. That's the biggest trend you have, so you kind of have to use it. I don't like it, and I wouldn't use it to, like, it might hit the level in the future, but I don't like it as I don't like it as a trend that we're looking at right now. It doesn't really represent anything. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to start here. That's fine. Voila. And then, so you're going to be back into that range there. That's fine. So then you're going to be like something like that to there, which is going to be here. Okay. So you're going to be here, which gives you this right here. So this is maybe the trend. It's the same as a 12, I suppose, but this is maybe the trend that it would need to break. But that's pretty late entry. Like, I don't know. I don't really know why anybody would be entering there. I don't really think it's pretty late entry, but yeah, okay, fine. It can bounce that. Again, you're still here on the daily, and then there's nothing to go off of. They're not entry points. Like, that's just what it is. They're not entry points. You could do like the adaptation here, there. It's going to end up here. But again, it's all late in the trade. Like, it's all very late in the trade. I don't know why you'd be playing this trend here. That's the point, is that, like, you can draw this trend and it has some accuracy behind it, but it's the more localized trend in the move. But again, I just don't know why you would bother with it. You'd want to be at the larger trend, playing like a trigger point. you'd want to be here, right? You'd want to be at this trend here, playing that trigger point, because this is the trend that actually holds the move. This trend is just like, oh, well, I can test here, and then there's the big dump that, you know, all the worst traders are gonna take. So I just don't know. Again, you can draw the trend. I just don't know why you would. It's kind of pointless to have it on your chart. It's like, oh, information only. Doesn't give you any kind of entries. Good morning, all. Good morning. Good morning. Damn, out of coffee already. I went through that coffee quick. So if you break this trend, you might be looking to have a bit of a dump on Bitcoin here. You'd be looking to ladder back this range. So you'd be looking at an entry of like 31.2. Maybe not actually. Yeah, 31.2 is where you'd be looking at entry, like right off the ladder here. And then around, well, you could say there, but you'd really rather be like right here, 31.2. Just call it 31.2, like 31.250. Yeah, you'd, trading view, hello? You'd be more like this if this breaks. So yeah, that's if this breaks. Again, I don't really see what value this trend has. Your real value in the trend, well, first and foremost, if you're going to break this larger trend, you're going to break your interior trend first. So first and foremost, you're going to break this trend here. So I don't really see, like, if you're going to play any trend here, I don't know why you would pick, again, let's just go back to the third trend here. Why would you pick the furthest trend out? Because that's the one that can hold up the move, right? So you'd simply be playing the first trend. If you're playing the trend break, that's perfectly fine. You're playing the first trend, and then if you're stopping out because one of these trends hold, then fine, you stop out. At least you stop out in profits, right? Like, okay, so if you played the proper trend here, for example, that's 3%. This is 7%. So what is that worth? That little trend break right there. This from here to here with leverage trading. What is that? 15K. So that's 15 grand from 10 in the morning to 10 the next day. So roughly one day, that's like 15 grand. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money to make, but that's why, what I mean, like, why would you ever play this trend here? It doesn't make sense. You'd play the interior break, and then you'd use your global and legacy trends to dictate where the trade is going. So drawing these trends is like kind of pointless. You could draw it for like a take profit point, I suppose, but not as an entry point. More of just closing a contract and not opening up a new contract. Or you could still be in the trade just hoping it breaks down. But I mean, we had this trend on stream yesterday, right? Like, this is what we were talking about yesterday on stream. Break this trend and takes a pullback to the next trend, and then break that trend, take pullback to the next trend, and so forth. So yeah, you know, we'll see what happens. But if you took this trend break, like we talked about on stream yesterday, it's like 15K right there, 15,000 in profits so far. So not bad. Even if you're still holding the position, or how much profits would you be at? Yeah, you'd still be at like 13K. So yeah, not bad. You ready to sleep? Thought you wouldn't stream. You got to follow Twitter, man. I posted up last night. Follow the social medias, because I post my schedule changes and stuff like that on Twitter. I wasn't going to stream today, but I ended up streaming today. I'm not going to stream tomorrow. I tried to record last night, but it was impossible with the sleep training we're doing for the newborn. So yeah. Okay, let's move into commodities, because today is all about setting up our commodities list. We set up our Forex list yesterday. We're going to move into commodities now. ETH USDT. Nah, I don't mess with ETH too much. Kind of pointless. Kind of pointless to trade ETH, to be honest with you, man. So crude oil is always going to be, which crude oil chart do we want to trade? Let's take a look at the crude oil tickers here. guess I could just look on here. Isn't it like .1 or .u or something like that? Acquisition. Okay, let's see. CL1. Last limited. Okay, so crude oil futures. Here we go. CL1. Don't know if we want to be trading futures on commodities, but okay, fine. We're gonna keep looking. I guess this is something that we could kind of consider trading, commodities. Oh man, that was like a perfect entry, just ladders right off the move. Damn, that's such a perfect entry. So we've got CL1, so we're gonna mark this here. So we'll start our commodities list here. Commodities, we've got CL1, which is futures oil, which is crude futures. Crude futures. I'll put crude oil futures on my little list here. So we got crude oil futures. LTC, Euro, LTC, Dent. All those coins are kind of pointless. If it's not Bitcoin, it's kind of pointless to chart and trade, if you want me to be honest with you guys. Not that it's pointless to trade, it's that you need to know what's going on with Bitcoin anyways, so CL and MX as well. So what do we have for crude oil? So there's something called the NMX. What is the NMX? Nothing. What is this? Clean energy. A crude oil future. So that just has CL here. So CL is the ticker for crude oil. Okay, that's fine. Current contract in front, next contract in front. We would just trade current contract. We wouldn't. And then so you've got like the futures charts. Okay. No, well, futures, but like the future dates. I can't remember what they call them. What happens if you just go out and click something, one of these future charts? Like, is this predictions of where it's going to be then? Like, yeah, no, it's not. It's not happened yet. So, but CL1 is futures. So what are we going to look at? Oh, yeah, see crude oil. That's okay. There's USO. But that's a futures. WTI is a futures chart though. Yeah, futures. I don't want futures. Well, okay. I mean, yeah, we're just going to stick with CL1, I think. WTI is yeah, crude oil. So this is a non-futures crude oil. US oil or US oil or US oil or US oil. No, it's US oil. I just US oil, call it whatever you want. I suppose this is decent to use too. Price is going to be the same. Like, I mean, it's really the same chart because it's still the same futures, but thanks for sharing the knowledge and the wealth. Thank you. You're welcome, man. Down to the myth. Cotton. I use Tether. Okay, so we decide if we want to do futures or non-futures on crude oil. That's the decision I'm making here, if whether we want to trade derivatives contracts on crude oil in the future or not. You know what? I think we start with saying that we're just going to mark them both and make that decision another day. Today, we're just looking at the charts. So that's the futures chart for it, CL1. This is US oil is the US oil. US oil is the non-futures. Non-futures. Okay, so that's good. We've got these two charts. Really, crude oil is just looking to see what it's going to do with its range right now. Oops. It's just really looking to see what it's going to do with its range right now, right? Like it's seeing if it's going to ladder down off the height of its move here before the dump, which it might. it might pull back to, you know, $48, but really there's no trade to take here. The recovery on crude oil is not certain yet. I think with crude oil, you're going to see more of a push up to $60 here. I think you're going to see like right here. I think you're going to see like 59 something, 59.50 maybe. So that would be a point to short. Would be like right here. This would be a point to short. 01 2021. We're just going to leave it yellow. Actually, this is our like kind of fancy color. When we have something that we really are interested in, we're going to go bold yellow. So we're just going to chill out on that bold yellow, and we're going to go like this. Like right and around the $60 mark right here. This is really what you're going to be looking at on crude oil. You could even push a little higher of a range into the next range here, 61.50. But those are two kind of important moments. I think $60 though is where you'd be looking to open up a futures contract. So maybe we might actually look at futures on this just because of the opportunity in crude oil. You only trade crypto, then you should be just sticking to BTC futures, in my opinion. Break out of global legacy. I'm not sure what you mean, Hakai. Bitcoin dominance, BTCD, that chart is useless. It does nothing. Talked about that in the past, how it's kind of useless. Yeah, it does nothing. Next, we're going to look at natural gas. So I think that's NG, natural gas futures. NG1, or is it NGF? I thought natural gas was NGF futures. Okay, so NGF would be futures, right? NG1. So we're going to put this on our list as well. So we're going to go NG1. How long has this been around? Not long. Wait, what is this? Current contract in front. Futures, current contract in front. Is this futures new to the natural gas market or something? No. Oh, okay, here we go. This is potential long-term failure. Whenever I made this chart, this was like years ago. See how good I was back then. Potential long-term failure right here. Yeah, damn, not bad. That was pretty good, guys. Look at this. Old school cotton making plays. Potential long. So this would have been, I would have charted this on this trend here. And potential long-term failure, I would have said right here. So that would have been back from like, well, I would have been charting it up here and that would have already happened. Okay, so this would have been like February, almost 2 years ago. Damn. Cotton making plays. Look at that. Potential long-term failure. Not bad. Not bad at all, Cotton. My trend was pretty decent too. Look at that. Trend break, potential long-term failure. Jeez. Good job, Cotton. Not bad. Talking to third person. Wow, where's the stream going? Okay, so then we're gonna go NG1 futures on NG1 and X. Okay. Natural gas futures. Oh, so the trade's already happened on this. I already charted this aeon ago, and these trades have already happened. Be looking to short around $4.5. Yeah, this is not moving anytime soon. You'd be looking to short like, it already happened. The short already happened. $3.20 you'd be shorting. That's not going to happen until the future, though. Yeah, the shorts on this already existed. The play is over on natural gas. You're going to be waiting for it to pull back and possibly even dump. So there's no play on natural gas. Possibly a play on natural gas would be to buy. Yikes, this thing's spooky. $1.30. Yeah, $1.30 is where you pick this up. Like right around here. $1.18. Okay. This is a very, very good buy right here. $1.18. And this is where I'm going to be targeting my buy on gas. 01. 2021. This is a very important level. So this is going to be a spicy boy. Be a big juicy spicy boy. This one. Bold. What do we got? Bold 2021. Left side. Perfect. Okay. This is great. Natural gas, $1.18. If it pulls back to $1.18, this is like in the money. That's really good. It can also just go to like $2, but I don't think that $2 range is going to hold. I think you're looking at more of a breakdown here over time, and then natural gas has like a big move out. I'll pick this up at what happened? The robot failed at $1.18. I went into like a stutter algorithm or something. Everybody always says I'm a robot. Well, there it is. Proof. Damn, old school cotton. Yeah. Okay, natural gas, great. This looks really good at $1.18. I'm gonna put that note on my notepad here. I'm just using literally using notepads, and I'm just typing 5 or 6 things, hitting enter. 5 or 6 things, hitting enter. It's not no magic. Okay, so we got natural gas done. Oh, what's Bitcoin doing? 34,000. Okay, fine. You guys want it? We can do it. We can go back to Bitcoin for a moment. Still holding the trend. Yeah, don't I wouldn't be trading like Ethereum. Like, okay, we'll go ETH USDT. Screw it, we're doing it. Like, this was also pointless to chart and trade this stuff. Like, this doesn't do anything. Even like ETH USD, fine. That's ETH EU USDT over the pawn version of USDT. Just trade Bitcoin. Don't worry about it. Unless you're like an investor, long-term investor, and think that Ethereum has some kind of future. Like, if you're trying to make money on Ethereum, I don't know. Maybe just that's more like an investing thing. I would just be trading Bitcoin. Difference between investing and day trading to make money is that if you're day trading to make money, you really don't care what it is. And like for Ethereum, I don't know. If you're day trading to make a daily income, I don't know why anybody would trade anything but Bitcoin. You can make like 40 grand a day on Bitcoin easy. I've had 6-figure days on Bitcoin. You can make a lot. You could consistently make like 3 grand a day on Bitcoin, like very easily. Very, very easily. You could consistently make like 3 grand a day on Bitcoin. You can make 1 grand a day. You can make 2 grand a day on Bitcoin consistently. Like, there's no reason why if you're like going to trade ETH. So I think that's the distinction people need to make, is that if you're doing this for daily income and like your career money, then like forget all those pairings like Dent, ETH, Maker. You can trade them if you want. And if you make money, kudos to you. But there's just no, the risk is so much higher than Bitcoin that I don't understand why anybody would willingly take that risk. It's all back tied to Bitcoin anyway. So if Bitcoin's pumping, altcoins are pumping. If Bitcoin's dumping, all these other coins are dumping as well. So what's the point? Like, why take that inherent risk where Ethereum has no control over its own chart because it's just dictated by Bitcoin anyways? So why are you charting Ethereum? Like, why trade Ethereum when you would essentially have to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum? So why not just trade Bitcoin and make your life easier? And if you can make like 40, 50 grand a day trading Bitcoin, why would you ever not? Like, what's the point? Where's the value add to trade Ethereum, I guess, is my proposed question. Like my proposition would be like, where's the value add in trading Bitcoin? And Bitcoin dominance, like people are talking about BTCD, like this guy here, BTCD, it's useless. It's completely useless. It's even further down the line of garbage charts that make no sense because it's back tied to Bitcoin anyway. So it's like the fourth degree of being terribly bad and useless. Like why even look at it? So what can BTCD tell you? You'd be like, oh, altcoins are about to pump because we hit some level up here. Well, that's dictated by Bitcoin anyways. And then this doesn't mean that specific altcoin that you're trading is about to pump. This means that whatever is ready for the cycle is going to move up, but it's showing you that on the chart regardless. So Bitcoin dominance doesn't tell you anything. And this is just then subjugated by the coins that are ready. Say if Maker is ready for a breakout, like we looked at Maker yesterday. Say if Maker is ready for a breakout and it has a breakout, well, then Bitcoin dominance slips, right? So it's even like the third degree down of most useless crap that you could do. Like Bitcoin dominance, if you're using this chart, just you might like, you type it like this, you go btc.d, take your stack of cash out and put a lighter beside it, because that's what you're doing when you're doing this. Like just get ready for the stack to light on fire, because it's just like, what's the point? You're like multiple degrees down the path of things that would be, it's like useless piled onto useless. So what would be the point of that? BTC USDT perp. So yeah, if you guys are trading like Ethereum, if you're investing, fine. I'm not going to tell you guys what not to invest in or not to invest in. If you believe in it for fundamental reasons, sure, go ahead. But that's not day trading. And if you're day trading it on those premises, like you're just doing it insufficiently. Like you're just doing it at a level that's reduced by your own choosing. So I mean, yeah, if that's, yeah. Remind you about Tesla. We'll do that on Stocks Day Friday. We would be doing commodities today only. Can you show some grain wheat stock as a farmer? Yeah, absolutely, Radu. I'm definitely going into grain and wheat stocks today, doing all the commodities. You would just need to, it depends on the trade, right? Like it depends on, so Matthew, I trade with like $2,500 a spot on 100x. So, you know, for me to make $3,000 is like I would have made $3,000 right here in this little 1 hour period of time. You know, to play trend to trend here would have been like 15 grand. So you'd need like a $2,500 trade, but it just depends what, like that's, it could, there's so many different setups where you can make that kind of money. It's not really like one specific thing. You could use lower leverage with higher time periods. You could use higher leverage with lower time periods. You could use no leverage and you could do spot. You could adjust the amount per trade. Like there's no like one definitive answer. There's many ways to do that, Matthew. ATM USDT, huge dump. In my opinion, I trade ETH and BTC both. Some days BTC lags like yesterday, but BTC wasn't lagging yesterday at all. With 2% will ETH pump 12% on the day. Yeah, 2% is huge though. A 2% move, like okay, yesterday. You have to invest to make 3,000 per day on Bitcoin. That's the wrong way to think about it. That word invest. It's not investing in anything. You have to learn how to day trade. The chain is up 10%. Oh, sorry, it's Ven. Haha, why am I typing? Is it Vet now or Ven? I can't remember which was our legacy ticker. Ven or Vet? Vet now. Used to be Ven. %. I don't really know if it's up on the day. It's pretty much where it was at yesterday's all-time high, but like this will pull back too though if Bitcoin breaks its move. So this is a deeper conversation based on like where would you have made 10% on this? Like you say VeChain is 10% plus on the day. So from where it was yesterday to its high, I see 6%. You could measure it like this and you could say, oh, it's 20%, but where was the smart buy? Because like you can measure things, but that doesn't mean there's a smart buy. So like what, you just play some local trend like this, like here to here, right? And that breaks, and then you play this trend here and that breaks. So you make 10% right here, right? So you're at that point, you're playing a trend. So that's different than day trading. Like what timestamp is this? So this is, we're going to do this. Oh, why are we on Neo? What's going on? Okay, BTCD USDT perp. Oh, BTCD. Yikes, there's no BTCD, and we don't want to do that either. So this is the same time period that Bitcoin broke its move. So you can see how when the trend break here is happening on VeChain, you see how right now Bitcoin also moves up in the same period of time. Moved up 3%, 3.5%. So that's equal to 9K. So you could have made 9K on that trade. How much could you have made on this with the same leverage? On this 13%, how much could you have made on 13%? What's VeChain's leverage total? I can check on my phone actually. I believe it would be about 3.5K that you could have made with the same leverage. So you could make 1/3 on this while taking more risk. So what's the point? Let's check. Was it vet or ven? It's vet now. You might not have even been able to make 3K on this move with the same leverage. It might have been a lot less. Yeah, you make pennies on this thing compared to what you make on Bitcoin, because you can only risk 5K USDT on 50x. So you'd be at 20x to even make a trade that would be worth your time. So you'd be 20x on this, 20x on a smaller amount instead of 100x on a larger amount. It's pointless. It's what I mean. It's like, this is not even, why would you take the inherent risk? Because this is controlled by Bitcoin anyway. So if Bitcoin's going to have a move up when this trend breaks, then you're going to have like 5, 6, 7-fold the same money on Bitcoin. So there's no point. So everybody trading these altcoins, like there's no point. Since it's all 100% based on what Bitcoin is doing anyway, why take that risk? You're basically drawing blind levels. Like even if you had this trend and you played it, Bitcoin has to pump for this trend to break. So you're just waiting, you're just kind of crossing your fingers and hoping anyways. And then you're taking more risk with less money, because if Bitcoin dumps, then this thing is going to hit the floor. And then you're just blindly entering trades. So it just, there's no scenario where it makes sense to trade like an altcoin over Bitcoin. There's just no scenario. I like USDT, Ravel. I think they're much in the same. USDT is backed by BitMEX. BUSD, I believe, is Binance's US dollar. That's not true either. World Patriot. They all go down when BTC goes down. But I think Binance US dollar, I think BUSD or USDT. I think I prefer USDT, although I don't know much about BUSD. I think it's just that that exchange is, they both, I think, carry about the same amount of risk. What's up, Johannes? Johannes? No, altcoins don't pump when BTC pumps. It's rare, but yeah, it's rare, but you're just, you're compounding risk at such a rate it's just so haphazard to do that. You can scalp Bitcoin pairings if you want, Tom. It's just different different strokes for different folks, but you're better off trading BTC USDT. Again, it depends on the money you expect to make and your risk tolerance. Yes, Rick, stream today. Follow the Twitter. I post updates on the schedule there. Bitcoin. We're going to stay on Bitcoin for a minute. It looks like it might be breaking this trend here. Sure is trying, that's for sure. So yeah, like it's just why take all that extra risk? Like you're just inherently taking more risk, right? All you're doing is just adding layers of risk onto propositions. Like why do it? You can, like you can trade those things. It's just if you're starting to get into the big boy game, leverage trading and stuff like that, yeah, I definitely would only be trading Bitcoin. Even without leverage trading, I think I'd only be trading Bitcoin. You can make so much money in Bitcoin. I still don't see the reason to ever trade any altcoins. I think that's dependent on the person, Rick. Can you scalp very profitably with Blueprint? I think that's dependent on the person, to be honest. Just saw news that Netflix skyrockets 15% after posting earnings. Yeah, okay, well, look at that, dude. I love doing that. It's just like you can make. Here's the thing, guys. You can make so much money in Bitcoin. Like I said, just from yesterday's stream, if you took one trade, you would be sitting up like 15K USD right now. Like, how long does it take you to think about that for a second? How long in real life does it take you in real life? That's the wrong way to say it. If you have a career outside of stock trading, how long would it take you to make $15,000 US? A month? A week? You make a lot of money a week, maybe a month. 3 months. This took us 5 minutes and we waited a day and we made it overnight. 15K. So that's the point I'm trying to make, is like, if you can make that much money trading BTC USDT and the least amount of risk is in BTC USDT, then why would you ever trade anything else when the money is infinite? So you can't have the argument that, oh, well, there's more money in altcoins. That is so far from true. It's not even funny. There is the most amount of money is in Bitcoin futures, and that's it. So that's plain and simple. So there's not more money in altcoins. So that argument is there. There is higher amounts of risk since it's 100% controlled by Bitcoin. So that is there. That can be proven on the charts like constantly. I just proved it with whatever ticker anybody said, VET there. Why in the world would anybody ever not trade only this? Why expose yourself to more risk? Like, is 15K a day not enough for you? Okay, fine. Increase your leverage. You know what I mean? Like, at what point, like 15K a day, if you could do that every day, 5 days a week, what is that? 75,000 a week. What is that, like 350K a month? 300K a month. Is that not enough money for people? That's like $4 million a year. Is that not enough money? If it's not, well, go increase your leverage. You've got different problems than most people have if that's not enough money for you. You see what I mean? So like, why trade anything else? Because there is no like value added proposition there. There's no like benefit to trading other things. There's only withdrawals and things that don't make sense, right? There's only increased risk. There's only those things, right? So AVE not correlated with BTC? Yes, it is. I promise you it is. There might be the odd pairing that's there might be the odd pairing that isn't like that. 600%. Okay. I could do the same thing here and measure it. And this is not only could you have thousands of more percentage compounded on top of futures, but just then the spot rate is even higher too. So AVE is not an example of that. It's not. If you're talking about buying ICOs, then you're talking about this thing pumped because Bitcoin pumped, not because it was some special unique scenario. AVE is not the one-off, right? Like they're all like that. Trust me, AVE would not be where it is today if Bitcoin was not where it is today. Like, you guys got to realize there's no point in trading altcoins. Well, you could trade them if you want, but this is like, okay, you go into AVE. I bought AVE. I made 40,000 this year. You're not a day trader, then you're an investor. So if you want to invest in an IPO, then you can. That's perfectly fine. That's not day trading. But you know how many IPOs succeed, right? Like that's a really important thing to realize about day trading. Is that, you know, that's a really good thing that who brought that up in chat? Bring out the torch. Who brought that up? Kim Jong-young. That's like a really important distinction to make. Is that is like an investor, right? That's not a day trader. That's an investor. So like you if you want to invest in an ICO or an IPO or a, you know, IEO or any of these initial offerings of any type, exchange, public, coin, whatever they are, that's perfectly fine. But that's investing, not day trading, right? Still trading at spot. Nothing wrong with trading spot, Hakai. Nothing wrong at all with that, dude. You don't have to go into derivatives. I trade derivatives because it's the highest level, so it's the only thing that challenges me anymore. You can make a great living off spot, dude. Don't feel like you're behind the ball if you're only trading spot. It's okay. That's perfectly fine, my man. Trade spot if you're doing good. Like, keep it up. Yeah, so we're losing trend right now. More than a freaking year. I'm a trainee. You got a long way to go, man. You got a lifetime to learn this stuff. When it clicks, you'll make like $2,000-$3,000 a day. You'll make like 25K a week. When it clicks, you'll make 6 figures a month when this stuff clicks. So, you know, don't feel too bad. You say you're a trainee more than a year in. If it takes you 5 years, like that's the payoff, right? Like you'll get there one day. Even if it takes you 5 years, to expect it overnight is ridiculous. To expect it in a few weeks is also ridiculous. Should be treated like any career in the world. You want to become a doctor and make $250K a year? Well, yeah, you got to go to school for university for, you know, 10 years and then train under somebody else for your paperwork, right? And this is like the same thing with stock markets. Like there should be a substantial investment. If you can make like 10 times what a doctor makes, and a doctor has to spend 10 years in school, like if you're getting this in the first 3 years, like you're ahead of the curve, man. In life, the life curve of, you know, investing your time into training versus income, you're ahead of the curve, right? So yeah, we're obviously dumping right now. We're losing this trend, just like what we talked about today. It's kind of cool to see this. So if we took that trend break, what is this, 10% now almost? Whew, decent. Dude, with 10K a month, you are practically rich where I live. 10K a month is a really good income a lot of places, Diego. It's not, it's very good income in a lot of places, but definitely you could be living a very rich lifestyle in some places with 10K a month. I haven't decided if Mental Analysis Evolved is going free or only Blueprint. I may do something with Mental Analysis Evolved after. I'm not sure. Hey, Trading for Animals. What's up, dude? Morning. What do you mean when you say you reverse engineered it? I looked at the charts and I figured it all out on my own. RIP BTC dropping, yeah. Yeah, I like trading with a stop loss. I have a good target on screen, 31.2. We looked at this yesterday. No, I'm not going to show you my reverse engineering tricks, Rick. It's just a lot of work, man. There's no like tricks to this thing. I spent my entire life. This is like my life's work. It's not like it was just a quick 2-minute trick that I figured out. Yeah, this year we're going to be trading stocks and commodities, Lambo. I'm broadening away from crypto and getting back into trading like stocks, commodities, Forex as well. So, yeah. No, I can't like show, there's no like one trick. It's not like, oh, this quick trick helps you understand it all. Like I've got hundreds of videos on this stuff. And they're all half an hour long, and they're all, you know, talking about a different theory, a different this, a different that. It's not some quick little like, here, just pin this point to that point. That's it would be, even if I had one trick, Rick, what I not only would not give it out, which is not, let me tell you right now, it's not just like one trick. It wouldn't be realistic to think that either. Like there is like, oh, God. Well, I currently have like over 200 videos of just pure educational material through the courses, like Future of Trading, Blueprint, Butterfly Effect, and each one is like minimum 30 minutes. So that's like 100 hours just to describe like theories and the way things work, right? So it's not like one quick little thing. It's like my life's work, and it took me a long time to do this stuff. I've been at this for over a decade. So it's wait, a decade is 10 years, right? Am I wrong with that? Or is that 100 years? Geez, I hope it's not 100 years. I sound like a real idiot. How long is a decade? I think it's 100 years. It's not is it 100 years? It's 10 years. Yes, I was right. A decade. I've been at it for over a decade. So, you know, it's not some like little trick, right? Like how do you see new things like the market evolution? I have a whole series on that. I call it comparative analysis. I wouldn't be shorting BTC now. You're going to short BTC yesterday on this trend break. When we did this yesterday, I wouldn't be touching BTC shorts now. Love the stream. Thanks, man. Thanks, Trade Intuition. So Kim Jong-un, I think that you have like some validity in what you're saying in the way that I will agree with you that not everything is directly correlated with Bitcoin 1-to-1 exactly. So there are going to be some deviations in the market. So I do think there is some truth in what you're saying when you say like, oh, AV went up over this amount and it has a compounding factor higher than Bitcoin, which actually it wouldn't. But if it did, maybe there's some other examples where it does. I would agree with you that there are those kind of variances that do happen. However, I think the inherent risk that you take trading those is tenfold. So any amount of money that you could justify in saying that there may be some type of variance in what Bitcoin does to the odd altcoin. And when I say odd, I mean like 1 in every 200 coins, because there's literally tens of thousands, hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of coins out there. So for every like 1 in every 200 coin, that statistic ratio, even if it was 1 in 10, even if it was 1 in 5, it's still only 20% of the time you could be right on one of these variances. If it was as low as 1 in 5, which it's more probably like 1 in 20 that would have a variance, and then the variance would be so small at the 1 in 20 rate, you'd actually have to skew it to something like 1 in every 250 coins would have a deviation worth even considering. At that point, when you consider how much money you could make on that deviation versus the risk you're taking, it's so astronomically unrealistic to think that it's worth it. It's not even funny. So I don't disagree with you that there's deviations. But what I'm saying is the amount of risk you're associating with trying to find those deviations is so high that it doesn't make sense. And especially when you can make like 5 figures a day trading Bitcoin, there's no value in taking that type of risk. So it's not, I don't necessarily think you're wrong. I think there's value in what you're saying. I just don't think it's worth the risk in terms, if we're speaking day trading. Now, if you're talking investing and you believe in a company and you want to hold something long term, that's completely out of my realm. That's go do your company research, do that. You know, that's investing. That's completely different than day trading. So just like over a decade of work, Rick, how did I figure it out? Just over a decade of work. I'm a pretty smart guy, I like to think. So hey, what's up, Sup? I know who you are. I just I don't know. I always, like, ever since I was a kid, I just like figuring things out was kind of my thing. Like I started playing chess when I was like 3. Like I liked figuring out puzzles and I liked figuring things out. So it's where one of the areas where I excel in life is you kind of give me this puzzle or something in front of my face that I can look at, and it's like my brain just, I'm good at some things and I'm terrible at other things, right? Figuring out puzzles was like one of my things. So from like a very young age, I was, playing card games and played Magic the Gathering a ton when I was a kid, and I played like the X-Men Overpower game, and I played every card game there was. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I played every, because I just liked the figuring things out portion of it. I used to play like JRPGs all the time because I just liked figuring these kind of different things out where you could kind of min-max these formulas, like role-playing games or whatever, Dungeons and Dragons and so like D&D. Like it was just always kind of my thing. So just figuring things out was just like, I don't think there's like necessarily any kind of like I'm not sure why Nightbot timed you out trade intuition. I have no idea. I don't control. It's kind of a bit of a psycho when it comes to that. It's timed out a few people. So like, I don't know. I just like, how did I figure it out? It's what I do. I just kind of figure out these types of puzzles, like these advanced types of puzzles, and make sense of them and put them into words that people can relate to, I guess, is how hundreds of hours more of learning I thought to understand stocks work. Thank FOT. There's so much more after FOT. Decade is 10 years. Century is 100. There we go. Century. That's what I was looking for. I'm shorting my questions now. Nice. Who is your mentor in trading? No, nobody. I figured this stuff out all on my own. Have zero credit to anybody in the world. I sat behind. I have no books that help me. I have no one person that helped me. I have no groups, multiple people that help me. There's no like wordplay in here. I literally figured this out all on my own without the help. I've never asked a single question to another. Let me put it this way. I have never asked a single question about day trading to another human being in my life when it comes to like stocks and how do they work. Never. 100% engineered on my own blood, sweat, and tears. There is nothing that would even take a percentage or even a fraction of what I do that could take credit for what I do. There's nothing. Like, it's 100% what I am, but that's probably why it's so unique, because I literally locked myself away and I made it a point to not get influenced by other people and I don't even know. Like, I think I know a total of 5 traders in the world. And like, people mention, oh, what about this person? I'm like, who's that? Not because they're not famous or whatever, but I literally know like 5 traders in the world, and I didn't learn a single thing off any of them, but I just know them because people constantly say their name. So I end up just like, oh, that must be a trader. I don't know anything about any other traders. I don't know anything about any other techniques on the market. I just know my science, and that's it. And it's made me very, very well known around the world for what I do. You make a video on how to short different types of orders and some tricks you have talked about in the order book. I've seen you talk about on your old live streams. Nah, nothing with the order book, dude. I would not pay attention to the order book. Use Bitcoin as a day-to-day transaction, like if Bitcoin is future and it goes down. I think I wouldn't look at Bitcoin as a stable currency in the future. I don't think that's a realistic thought. Good question, but I don't think it's a realistic sentiment to think that Bitcoin will be like a stable. This is okay. So this is completely off topic. It's fundamental analysis. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. But I personally don't believe it will be something that will be used as a currency of the future. I think it's in a huge bubble. Now, Bitcoin could be worth 100K one day. That's fine. But I do think the possibility that Bitcoin's in a major bubble is real. I don't necessarily think that this is for sure. I'm not one of these stout fundamentalists that are like, oh, Bitcoin's in a bubble. I hate it. It doesn't work. But I do see the flaws with it. I don't care if it goes up or down. But I do think there's a possibility that Bitcoin is in a major bubble. And I don't think it's going to be the currency for our future. I don't think it'll replace any currencies in its lifetime. Do I think it could also be worth 150K one day with that same sentiment said? Yep. But I still don't think even if it went to 150K, it's like a Pokemon card. It's a item of trade. It's not going to replace like the US dollar or anything like that, or it's not even going to be recognized by banks. I can't see that happening. Do I still learn TA? Not really. Have I ever thought I might be on the autistic spectrum? I think it's possible for sure. I never thought that. I think it's possible with anybody. Doesn't everybody have like a gauge on the autistic spectrum? Isn't there like a gauge of how autistic you are? I think everybody has a certain degree, whether it's almost nothing or to the very extreme, right? I think doesn't everybody live inside of that? Like, don't we all have, I could be wrong about that, but don't we all have some type of like point scale in there? Now, I have never met someone that has figured out the same stuff I do. No. Born with this gift? It's just the way my brain works. Good at some things, bad at other. Gifts and curses, right? We all have them. Everybody's good at some things and everybody's bad at everybody's bad at things and good at things in life. I have things I'm bad at too. Candle reacts big with its bottom closed under a weaker level. It can go all the way down, right? I'm not sure if I understand that question. Oh, great question, Miguel. I'll get to that in a minute. I love this question. If a candle reacts big with its bottom closed under a weaker level, it can go all the way down, right? I don't think I would look at it like that, Zephyr. I would think that is kind of trying to shortcut logic. I don't think you can put static rules on day trading like that. Poker absolutely helped me, and I'll get to that as well, Carlton. But I don't think you can, how do I say this to make sense? I don't think you can put static rules on anything. So if I say like, oh, if you break this trend, you are going to hear. No, I don't think that's correct in saying that. If you break this trend, you're going to hear, while this is a possibility for sure. And you're saying like, oh, if you bounce off this level or if you close this level, you're going to that. I think those kind of static rules and trying to like inflate an expectation off of it, I think is wrong. So I think I don't think you can do that. I think we have so how can I explain this? I think there's different layers to day trading here. You know how I can explain this? We're going to go over to GateX. So I did do a little bit of website work on this thing over the last few days. And we're going to go to our full screen here. We're going to go to my website for a second. This is, just make sure it's working here. Okay. Hello? There we go. This right here on my website, this I think is more true than people realize. I think there's four layers of day trading. technical, mental, procedural, and comparative. So everybody's always known, like here, I have a little blurb about it. In day trading, you hear about two types of analysis, technical and mental. So that's what everybody knows, technical and mental analysis. Cotton Candy has evolved this linear process and created the next two layers of analysis in day trading, procedural and comparative. So since technical analysis was first used on charts, the world has only known two forms of analysis, technical and mental. When I started reverse engineering the markets over 10 years ago, I knew there were more layers to be discovered yet as the charts were evolving over time. So that's really important to understand, is that the charts evolve and react in the moment and over time. So there's kind of like this, what I call comparative analysis that happens in the charts. This is where I first came up with the concept that two layers existed, but many more were yet to be discovered. And after years in development, I created procedural and comparative analysis to be the next two layers. So I guess to answer your question on why I came here is to show you that I think if you look at technical analysis as just, we have a line here and we have a line there, and there's a static reaction, there's a dynamic layer on top of static expectations, which is what I call comparative analysis. So that's what butterfly effect is comparative analysis. Procedural is blueprint. It's the execution of successfully making trades. So I think when you look at, and like you ask a question that's very static in origin. So when you think of like, okay, if a level exists here and has reaction point X, I think there's a certain tree of decisions that can be made, like 1, 2, 3, 4. If we've gone through this on stream before, so I'm not going to go through it again, like X, Y, and Z examples. Actually, no, we haven't. That's a thing I did on Patreon. I'm not doing it on stream. That's fine. It's more kind of like more advanced level stuff. I do that with my Patreon group. So if you have a point on the chart which you think is going to have a reaction, I think there's like, can it happen? Yes, but then there's a comparative layer that exists inside of that. So I don't think you can have these kind of just very linear outcomes. While they are possibilities, it's like any science. There's lots of linear possibilities when you inject a foreign element, right? So if something is breaking a level, fine. Could it go down here? Yes. Could it go here? Yes. Could it go there? Yes. But which is it going to go after is the layer of comparative analysis. Hopefully that's not too like. Hopefully that makes sense to answer your question. I hope that helps you understand that I would not use kind of this downspout expectation line where it's like, oh, if it does this, it's going to do that, right? I think that's changes from trade to trade. For beginners and advanced in one to video. So Miguel, great question. Damn, I need to get a coffee. I'm going to answer this and Carlton's question, and then I'm getting coffee, guys. So hang in there if you need a bathroom break. We're going in a moment here, and then we're getting back into commodities because I'm mucking around with Bitcoin because it's making moves right now. So we're going to go back into commodities after this and do wheat. Somebody asked to do wheat earlier, and I was planning to do that anyway. So we're going back into that. I am re-recording the beginners and advanced series probably in about a month, and I'm going to take them and compress them down into like 8 or 9 minute videos, and I'm going to basically there's going to be beginners course remastered and advanced course remastered. So the old stuff is going to stay up. It's like the OG version, that stuff's staying up, but I'm starting to scream because my throat, I'm starting to talk louder and louder and louder. Sorry, I really need a drink. I'm going to be making the beginners and advanced course. I'm going to be remastering them. So I'm going to take some time, and over the course of a month, I'm going to re-release both beginners and advanced course, much more condensed, less drawn out, less winded, easy to view, to review, 8 to 10 minutes, streamlined information, not on the fly. Because when I originally recorded those, I just pressed record and I just did them on the fly. I didn't have like anything prepared. I didn't even know what I was going to be talking about on those videos. I had a vague idea and I just did them on the fly. And then Carlton, okay, last one. My throat is gone. Did poker help you not have fear, and do you still suffer from greed? Yes, poker helped me not have fear. Do I still suffer from greed? Yes, I think everybody does. I think we have a gauge in which we can kind of alter that level of greed to what makes sense. So I think, you know, with greed, it exists always, no matter what. But I've definitely learned in my years a lot more patience and a lot more of a pessimistic approach on stocks, which is good. You want to have on a raised eyebrow at all trades you take and like, oh, is this really worth it? Because the reality is there's like hundreds of thousands of trades you could take. Imagine, you know, not having to pay blinds in poker. So you don't have a cost to play. You just can sit there and watch and wait for the perfect hand, and to be able to like have a new hand without animation. So you're playing on Poker Stars or whatever, or Ultimate Bet, or what was that one? Full Tilt. I used to play on Full Tilt. You're playing on Full Tilt and you hit fold, and instantly a new hand populates within a millisecond. And there's no animations. There's no like, oh, you have to fade in the cards and fade out. So you're getting impatient. You're waiting for hands. So there's no blinds to play, and you can literally just click fold, 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 fold. Kings, play fold, 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 fold. 10 Jack, cut off +1. play it based on the table. Fold, 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 fold. And you could do this in like, aces, play it, aces again, play it less than 10 seconds. You played four hands. Like, kind of like think of stocks like that, because we don't have a price to sit on the sidelines. We just sit and watch, and there's literally tens of thousands of stocks. So like, why, I've learned that there's no point to be greedy in stocks, because there's literally so much to trade. It's just at the whim of a snap of a finger, you just have to literally press the buttons to get to that chart. So, and Blueprint is a lot of stuff that I learned in poker over the years. Not that I think it's completely learned to poker, but there's a lot of procedural analysis in there that I created. Like, obviously, poker is a lot of procedural analysis as well. So I don't play chess online. I just played it all while I was growing up with. I don't play chess like that. So I don't have an elo. I don't play online chess. Kim Jong-un, I know what you're talking about though. I watch like XQC and a few streamers do that. I enjoy watching Twitch streamers. One of my things that I get to do when I'm relaxing. I'm so used to being in front of a computer, and to turn off and just watch a stream now and then, Summit or Shroud or XQC. Like, I have my list of streamers that I like to watch. Who's on my list of streamers? You know what? Let's go through that list real quick before I go, since we're talking about streamers, and then we'll go, I promise. I like to watch RDU for Hearthstone. I think he's kind of like whatever though. I don't really like him that much. I just like his Hearthstone content. Quinn69 is really cool. I like Quinn69. I watch Lex Veldhouse. He's an old poker pro. I do watch some other poker players too. Like, what's that one guy? I guess I could just go to my show more list. Where is he? Kevin Martin. No, I'm not a Jeff Gross. I like Jeff Gross. He's pretty cool. Shroud, Kriparian. I love Kriparian. Kriparian's like OG Canada boy, just like me. Kriparian is cool. XQC, of course, everybody watches XQC. Pens, he plays Valorant. I like watching him. Sinatra, I love watching Sinatra, even though he's kind of like a low quality streamer. I think he's awesome. Simple, I like watching Simple, even though I don't understand his language at all. Russian, I don't understand it at all, but I like Simple because I'm a big Counter-Strike player back in the day. Reynad was entertaining, but he doesn't stream anymore. Stewie2K, again, another great Counter-Strike player. So I do like watching streams sometimes, and I do watch them play chess, but I don't have any yellow because I don't play. Okay, guys, I really got to get a drink here. My throat is dying. We're going to take a coffee break, bathroom break. We've got a lot of work to do today still. This stream was only supposed to be like half an hour today, but it's going to be a multiple hour stream because we've gotten through like 2 commodities out of like a possible 15 that we're going to look at. So we're going to be here for a bit. Anyways, take a break right now. Get your coffee, bathroom, whatever. I'm doing the same thing. All right, see you in a few. Okay, much better. My throat's not on fire anymore. Got a fresh latte, got a water. We're good. We're chilling. Whoa, that's loud. So, my favorite streamers, if I was thinking about this while I was making coffee, who would I rank as my favorite three? Summit 1G for sure. I love Summit 1G. I think that guy's awesome. Mr. 1G has played almost every single game that I've played in his lifetime. Like, he was a Counter-Strike player. I was a Counter-Strike player. He plays Escape from Tarkov. I play Escape from Tarkov. I love Summit 1G. Next on the list would be Kriparian. He's also played a lot of things I've played, like World of Warcraft and Hearthstone. But I just genuinely like their personality. I like how chilled out Summit is. And same with Kriparian. I like them. Who would be my third? Probably Shroud. I mean, who doesn't like Shroud? XQC would be nowhere on my top 10 list. I watched XQC back when he was playing Overwatch in his Montreal apartment, and he had like 1,000 viewers. I've been watching him since then. I've always been an XQC fan. Canadian streamer, so Canadians flock to Canadians, of course. But he just does too much of the high school drama game, but he's an amazing streamer. Like, everybody loves XQC. He's just not in my top 10. Probably Shroud would be number 3. MoTV is okay, but there's some things about him that gripe me. But he's an old Counter-Strike player too, so I do like Mo as well. But he's a little toxic. Mo's a little toxic for my taste. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on chat while I drink my coffee, and then we're gonna go back to charting. Probably not, Hakai. I have no plans of posting one lesson of butterfly effect. New site colors look dope. Thanks, man. Yeah, I spent like the last few days working on it. I've been up a long time working on it. Just like increasing the navigation and the way that the flow of the website works, and the different things on the website, just increasing the flow of everything. I spent a lot of time working on this over the past few days, so yeah, it's really good. If you guys haven't seen GateX, it's my site where I have my courses. A lot of the stuff is free on there. Also, it has interactive quizzes on that. A lot of people don't know that because I don't talk about it too much, but on GateX, you can watch the stuff on YouTube, but on GateX as well, there's interactive courses. So watch it on YouTube for the analytics for me. But on GateX, you could like subscribe to a course, and there's interactive quizzes on the courses, right? So there's like even Future of Trading. If you sign up for the patron tier, you get the interactive quizzes on this too, which is like extremely helpful. People who take it say it's like groundbreakingly good. That if you're taking Future Trading right now, consider patron the I think it's $100 patron tier for the interactive quizzes, because it's worth its weight in gold. It's grueling questions that are brutally tough, but they really drive home the points. There's a lot of new people in the Future of Trading on the Discord, and people talk about the answers on Discord, and it's really valuable taking the interactive quizzes. Even if you don't pay for anything and you just want to do the free stuff, go through the beginner's advanced course on here, and even just skip to the last 10 seconds of the video just to unlock the quiz. Like if you're on lesson 2 or 1 or whatever, go enroll. It's free. All you need is an email. It doesn't ask you for any like ridiculous information. It's like, what's your email? What's your password? Okay, you've got an account. Click the course, add it to your dashboard, go to lesson 1, go to the last 10 seconds, bang, there's an interactive quiz there. Take it, done, good. Move on to lesson 2, go to the last 10 seconds. Like, this is really valuable stuff on here. Yeah, I spent a lot of time reworking the website over the past few days just to make it like smoother and faster and more user friendly, and things like that. So yeah, anyways, back to charting. I just think Bitcoin is overpriced. Black magic, I don't think it's going to stay at the price it's at, but again, that's just personal opinion, nothing to do with anything. Thank you. Now I understand joining Patreon is a must for me. Cool, man. Yes, butterfly effect will never go down in price, only up in price. Yeah, you can access the Discord by Patreon though. Here, let me catch up on chat here, and then we'll third time watch. I missed a critical point after it happens. I realized the mistake when it was. So the remake videos help. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's going to be crazy good. I never got into Rust. I played like PUBG, never Rust though. Rust is different than PUBG. Rust is more like EFT, but I love EFT. Never played Rust, and it's blowing up lately. It's just too late for me to play Rust. Crypto and photo stocks, absolutely. I learned all my information in the stock market, not the crypto market, because when I first started, there was no like Bitcoin to chart. So yeah, it's all actually backed in the stock market. It's actually the reverse what people think. It's actually from the stock markets and used in crypto, because old crypto dogs, or sorry, old stock dogs like use the same information, like to use the same information. So trading is just pure gambling, but you made me realize it's charts are just a reflection of human psychology, which can be predicted to a point. Yep. What was that escape game? Escape from Tarkov, EFT. Gonna go give it a go. Cheers, Escape from Tarkov. Nice, dude. Quizzes make you learn so much, no doubt. So you can join here. There's a bunch of, hopefully Nightbot is connected and it's not being a weirdo. It is. I can see it spamming crap. You can go like this. You can go like this. You guys can see all the different commands that Nightbot does. I have a bunch of them on there, so you guys can see like a bunch of stuff that I set up. Patron, GateX, socials, all this kind of things like this. Like just go spam Nightbot, see what it tells you. There's the bot commands for the channel. So there you go. You guys can see all the bot commands right there. Nightbot just linked it. I have a bunch on there. Take a look if you need, and you can use those commands in the channel. Okay, we're getting back to it. A million years later, commodities. Get back to our list. So we've done natural gas, we've done crude oil, we've got heating oil, sugar, gasoline, gold, corn, wheat, soybeans, copper, soybean oil, silver, cotton, cocoa. We got a bunch. So I think we're going to cut it off at corn and wheat today, because somebody asked for corn and wheat. So how much does that leave for the list tomorrow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 tomorrow. Start stocks. Oh, sorry, Friday. Tonight I'm recording. Tomorrow I'm recording. Friday we do stocks and commodities, and we're probably going to have to leak this into next week. It's a big task, and I have to unfortunately answer chat and entertain as well, so I'm not as fast as I'd like to be at this, but that's okay. It's important nonetheless. We also have aluminum and silver we want to do in there as well. I don't know why aluminum and silver is not on this list. Silver's there. Why is aluminum not there? So aluminum is another one. I have no idea why aluminum is not on that list of commodities. That's super weird. That's super weird that aluminum is not there. Okay, let's get to it. So next on our list is steel. Was it steel on our list next? No, heating oil. Okay, heating oil. And why is steel not in this list either? Steel's another one. Where's aluminum and steel? Okay, so we have to add 2 to that list, aluminum and steel. We've got to remember that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this list into my guy here. We've got those. We need to add aluminum and steel. Aluminum, steel. We've added those 2 to the list. Soybean on there. Soybeans on there. Yeah, good. Iron is on there. Copper is on there. Make sure there's no iron on here, but there's copper. So we need to add iron to this list as well. We're gonna go iron. Ooh, I'm really starting to like our commodities list. This is looking good. I really like this. What else do we have on here? We've got gold, we've got silver, soybean, crude oil, steel, natural gas, natural oil, sugar, corn, wheat, cotton, cocoa. Yeah, I really like our list. Guys, this is nice. Natural gas, crude oil. This is a really good commodities list that we have. This is going to be a really, really great list to keep on top of every day. Metals, energy, livestock, and agriculture, right? Like that's what it is. We have nickel on there. I don't know if nickel would be worth looking at, but we can add nickel. Fine, we'll add nickel. Okay. Heating oil. HO. Crude oil. What is the heating oil ticker? HOF? HO1. There we go. That would be it. HO1. Whole logic. Where's heating oil? I don't think this HO1. Well, this would be it. Heating oil, right? NY Harbor USLD futures. What is this? Might actually have to expand out this ticker to see what it is. HONMX. Might have to open my window soon. It's getting pretty hot in here. What is the heating oil ticker? Heating oil, HONMX. So what's going on? HO equals. I'm putting NO. What did I mistype? Am I just an idiot? No. Like, I guess this is it here, right? Like HONMX, right? Like it just NY Harbor USDL. Okay, so that's fine. It's just the way the ticker reads. Just stuff I'm not used to from trading in crypto for so long. Tickers are pretty straightforward, the coin names. There's also, it says HOF, heating oil futures, HOF, like this. We're just gonna go HO1 because I know this is it, right? Like this has got to be it. Okay. So we've got HO1 here, putting this on my list. We'll chart it first before I put it on my list. So first, we were going to look at how long of a history is here on heating oils. Whoa, that's a pullback. What happened to heating oil? Yikes, dude. 1985. Yearly charts. Last year was a bad one for heating oil. Immediately just starting here. So you'd be like this right here. That breaks to there. That breaks to here, right there. Come on. So there's your trend, right? So you've got point to point and butterfly effect trend. So you can see like where the perfect short would have been. So that's fine. Yeah. So okay, there's somebody else in chat like, oh, does this stuff work on the stock markets? Oh, it actually was from the stock markets and I put it into crypto. So you can see it working here from point to point, and then you can see right there where it hits it perfectly. We do this like with every single chart. There's always this like, oh, perfect moment, exact point. It's just the way it is, right? So like this is the trend for the future. Level gets hit, level gets hit, level gets hit, pulls back. Jesus Christ, that's a perfect touch on this range right here. That is so ridiculous. It's not even funny. From trend to range 1-to-1, that is disgusting. That's like literally the perfect trade, almost to the cent on both sides. God, that's effing gross. All these other ranges were back tested. That's why it's this range right here. It's the only untested back range. Like it's the only range that's untested. This is tested. This got tested there right before the trend touch. Trend touch rejects and it goes after the next range down. It's so disgusting. How much is this even worth? That's like pay off your house right there. Jesus. And it's like fucking perfect too, right to its range. That's so gross. Well, there's no trade to be had here. It was already missed a long time ago, but that's that's depressing that this opportunity was missed. And same with the next range here. The next range is missed as well. That's fine. We're already there. So we're going to be looking to buy heating oil at like $1.16. Oh, that's so like, feels so bad, man. Oh, like right here. Something like this. I'm going to refine this as we get closer to it. I'm just marking generalized levels right now. This is not anything overly fancy, just some very basic simplified charting to start just getting our bearings on some of these different coins. And no italicized either. So we're just gonna go like this, and we're gonna go here like that. That's fine right here. So just something like this. We're obviously gonna be watching this. That's so gross though. Like look how close it is. This is so gross. So people ask if it works in stocks. You tell me. Like it's, you know, but this is where I learned this stuff was in stocks. Like, you know, and then over the years, like look at how close that is. What is that? Within a tenth of a cent, 3/10 of a cent. Or is that 3 cents? I can't tell. 3/10 of a cent. 3/10 of a cent on one side to 1 cent on the other side. So you're within 1.3 cents on both sides, total spread, and a difference of $2. That is so insane. It's not even funny. Yeah, that's crazy. That is unbelievable. Okay, heating oil is done. There's nothing to do here. We're gonna wait, see if it pulls back, and if it holds this level, we might look at it. We'll consider it. But this is what we're doing, right? We're setting up all these charts, right? We're setting up everything so that we can catch those exact moments this year when they happen. You know, one of these trades can make your yearly income. So we're going through everything. We're going to have a list of like 100 different stocks. We check and cycle through every single day. We're going to be quick on them. We're going to update them daily. And we're going to be making sure we capitalize on moments like this that happen and moments like this that happen, right? So yeah, it's good. It's just like, wow. HL1 is done. Okay, what's next on our list? So we knocked off HL1. Sugar. Okay, what's the sugar ticker? MA on to the next. I agree, man. On to the next. Mental analysis, Cotton. Don't get brought down. I agree. SBF? What is this? Top 2 sugar EFTs? I don't know if I'm going to be trading EFTs on commodities. We'll see. Comex. Oh, comics is not related. Okay, that's not the SGG or Kane. Those are the EFTs. What is just the raw sugar ticker though? YO? Sugar futures, there it is. YO1 sugar futures. So we're going to look at all three of these. We've got YO. We've also got SGG. Index fund. I'm not really looking to trade index funds. Although, okay, you know what? Let's just take a look. How long has this been in existence? No, not interested. And Kane. What about Kane? Kane Sugar Fund. Let's go, baby. I don't know why I said it like that. I have no clue. I always do random weird things, and then my wife is like, "Are you okay?" It's like, yeah, well, I spend all my life in front of a computer. What do you think? No, I'm not okay. I spend like all of my life in front of a computer. I basically chose a digital lifestyle. I never partied. I never did anything like that. Okay, you know what? Never partied, never did anything like that. So yeah, entries missed here back in September. Obviously, backtest trend. Global trend here, fails to break it, holds, breaks. Now it's trying to push up. Yeah, I mean, Kane Sugar Fund looks good. Even index funds are subject to the technicals. Look, trend to trend. Even you would have had localized trends. Like you would have even had like this right here. See, trend compression, breaks right there. Would have adapted here. Gives you your back test, right? This is the back test trend. This is a regular trend. So you break that trend, that's fine. That won't backtest. Adapt trend to this right here. That's where it backtests and moves up against its range, which is going to be right up here. So yeah, backtest against its range, doing the same thing. Now this will pull back and will hopefully have a pullback off of this range. So what I'm looking for on sugar is not a short, but I'm hoping that we have a pullback right here. So 750, we create trend off 750 and we can buy that next trend break. So this is a bit more of a complex play, but you know, we'd be hoping for sugar to be like at the previous range, like right here, something like, yeah, 750. So we're going to hope for this index fund. So this is actually one I do want to keep an eye on because it does actually look pretty promising. So this index fund actually, it already back tested and broke its move. So now what we'd be looking for it to do is do the same thing it did here, back test its range at 750. You could even short that 750. I think I might even consider a short there. Yeah, absolutely considering a short there. This is absolutely short territory, 750, and it's a very easy trade to manage. Short 746, let this thing burn to the ground. Sorry, Peak Room, Commodity, Trust Signal Sugar Fund, whoever you are, but I think your stock is about to go poo-poos. Sorry, boys. So we are going to add this to a sub list of sugars. So this is called Cane. It's an index fund. Index fund, possible big short. So just very, again, I'm not saying it's going to be a big short. I'm saying I might consider entering a short on that level, depending on how the architecture of the chart develops. And then if that pullback happens, then I think you're going to see a bit of a bigger dump, likely down to about 425, just by the looks of this. You could actually go all the way down to 350 here. So yeah, okay. Very easy. But this is an index fund. We really want to focus on sugar itself. So YO is really the fund, really what we're looking at. But we also like sugar futures. But we also do want to make sure that you know, if there is a couple really good index funds, then we're watching them as well, right? So yeah, I mean, you can make 50K a day, Nej. So it's like people who are like serious traders are buying it. I mean, if you only have $100 trading account, then obviously it's like probably out of your scope. But yeah, there's lots of people who buy it. People who are more serious about trading and want to do this for a career and make that kind of, you know, 5 figures a week, 6 figures a month kind of thing. It's usually the people who buy it. NO, yeah, okay, let's add this to the list as well. Cane, this is going to be kind of like a sub list to sugars because obviously it's an index fund. NO. Crude oil futures, gas futures. Updating this list a bit, just typing in the names so I don't forget. Heating oil. And sugars. I mean, the one trade we did on Bitcoin, which was shorting that trend, was worth like 15K. Actually, it was worth a lot more than that now. It's actually like a $20,000 trade. So, I mean, when you consider like how much you can make in the markets and what the knowledge is worth, I should probably charge more for the course, to be honest. And oh, sugars. Okay, what are we looking at with sugars? Nothing really. I mean, it already hit its level. Like everything in the market, these things already crashed to their levels during the stock market dump, that big dump that happened. Now maybe some recovery is happening, but I don't really even think that's necessarily true either. I think you're up around 21 cents. $0.21 is what it looks like to me. Like something like this. What does a pro trader like yourself, for example, expect from TA? I don't know if I understand that question. I don't know what you mean by expect. We're going to go 01, 2021 on this level. Oops, no. That's not what we want to do at all. 2021. And my microphone gets in my way, so I can't see my keyboard sometimes. It screws me up a bit. Although I shouldn't have to look at my keyboard to type, I still do. Anything else we want to do with this chart? I don't think so. I think sugars is very straightforward. I think there's not too much to play on sugars here. I think you possibly have another bottom side range right here. Whoopsies. God, waking up early sucks. I feel so slow today. Something like this. That's done. Sugars is done. No order flow. Order flow is useless. Order flow is completely useless. It's just like volume. It's useless. Okay, what's next on the list? Gasoline. Okay, gasoline. What is the gasoline ticker? RB1. RBF is futures, of course. RBH1. Gasoline. So what's RBF then? Let's make sure we're not missing something. RBH, sorry. RBH. Isn't it the same thing? Is it literally the same chart? Which one? Okay, futures. So March. Okay. So just RB1. Gasoline futures. Okay, let's go gasoline. Just like everything. Well, this is going to be the same as oil, right? Almost like a mirror chart, I would assume. This is going to be like basically a mirror chart of oil. Yeah, it's like a mirror chart of oil. To here to there. It's like a mirror chart. Almost the same thing. I made all the background pictures. Emeka, all the backgrounds I made. Hey John, what's up? Gasoline equals cash machine. Yeah, I mean this hit its level perfectly, just like oil, right? Kind of almost like a mirror, looking at the exact same chart, pretty much. Yeah, I made all the pictures in Photoshop of the charts, though. This is a bit more complex, this chart, because if it breaks trend, it has a chance to move up. Not necessarily a level going to hold it back. However, with that said, skills are incredible. Thanks, man. Well, I hope to pass on some of my valuable knowledge to people who are wanting to learn. So thank you so much, dude. $1.90. You're like right here. I don't even think you can hit trend. Actually, you can. So you can go to like 208 here, right? You can go to like 208. You can go to 208 and have a pullback. Like right here. And have a pullback. Yeah, I think 208 is a safer level. Look for the trend rejection at 208 long term. I don't think I would be trading this. I think this is way too localized in the move. I think 208 is what makes more sense. Even like a little lower, maybe like 205. Yeah, you go like, I think even like $2 is not bad. I think you have to gauge this in the moment, but like even 202 would be a great short on this, like right here. That might be a little too low. No, I think that's perfect. Like $2. This is like a great trade. This is going to be a fantastic short at 201. Well, anyways, we hope so. We don't know that yet until it actually happens in the moment. But okay, let's add this RB1. RB1. So this is gasoline futures. We're going to put possible big moment, possible big short. We're just going to say possible big short. And we're going to make this level a big spicy boy. 16 font size. We're going to go bold, and we're going to go 01 2021 right smack dab in the middle at the bottom. So that should be good, actually, if we move this. There's no pinpoint, so we don't want it on the right side of the screen. I hate that when you go right side of the screen like this. And actually, I don't want it in the middle of the line either. What I wanted actually is on the top of it. And it looks good. I think there's a big short that's going to happen here. I think that's your play. And if this doesn't short, then I think you look to see the trend hit again. So you've got two big moments, obviously trend in this. So we're going to actually do this as well. And we're going to go to the right side on the trend, right? That's going to be that right there. Yep. I'm going to go like here, do that. Bold that one too, because I think those are two pretty big moments for gasoline futures. And I think there's a lot of money to be made on futures here. Pay off your house kind of money. So yeah, I think this is a really good one to pay attention to. RB1 looking good. Gasolina, let's go. Hello, John, once again. Question: if volume is useless, why you teach it in the beginner's course? Because I think people have to I think people need to still learn about things that are recognizable to them. I think volume is like the only thing I look at, and I kind of just look at it for the giggle factor. Like I look at it for the lulz. I think you can't see, like when you develop a beginner's course, you still have to have some of the basic founding pieces of day trading, just so that people aren't like, oh, this course isn't teaching me enough. So it's like the high IQ play to put it in there and take it away later, because you get more people interested, because you're going to have people who are watching a beginner's course who don't know a lot about day trading. So if I'm not talking about something like volume and another course is, then it's like, oh, well, what is this guy doing, right? So it's one of those things that it's good to learn about in order to understand why you need to avoid it in the future. Trading journals to review past trades. Yeah, I've done that a lot in the past. I'm kind of at that point myself personally where I don't really look at like I'm at a point personally, like I said, where I don't do that anymore, because I don't need to, because I can, if I make a mistake, I know exactly why. But you know, I think it's a good practice to have a trading journal. I don't it's not something I talk too much about, but like I've tried different ones like Edgewonk and stuff like that. Edgewonk, I don't know, it's okay. It's not good or bad. It's just kind of like a mediocre program. Yeah, I think like trading journals, I think they're okay. I never really use them, to be honest, too much, but okay, that's not true. I did at one point, but not only to kind of review the trades of the past. But again, you could do that without a trading journal. I don't really know what the value is. A trading journal would be good to keep track of like small profits, things like that. I think it's personal preference. I don't think a trading journal is a necessity by any means. I don't think it's something, oh, if you don't have a trading journal, you're really messing up. Like I don't think that's true at all. But I think if you like them and you like to analyze your own trades and say like, oh, this is good, this is bad, you can easily do that without a trading journal. You can, another thing about a trading journal is you can see your profits. Well, you can do that with any good brokerage account. So I don't think there's a real good analytical standpoint to a trading journal when it comes to like, oh, what are my profits today? How much am I up this week? What was my growth? I don't think that's a good way to look at trading. So I don't know. Trading journals are kind of like skewed. I think people go into a trading journal expecting magic and come out with subpar results. So I'm not too much of a fan of trading journals, but yeah, so it's obviously comes with a grain of salt because I'm saying this, so I'm a bit of a biased opinion, but I don't think a trading journal can educate you. Let's put it that way. Say you're learning a skill set in life, and you're a doctor. Let's use I love to use a doctor example. I don't know why, I just do. Okay, we'll do dentist. Fine, we'll do dentist. Say you're 2 years into your dentistry school, right? And you're learning how to be a dentist, and you've got years left to go, and you're in your training. Is it more advantageous to, as a 2-year student, to learn the things you don't know, or go and look at all your past work that you did and say, how could I have improved this? Well, you can improve that by learning more on how to do better things, right? Or like a designer. A designer would be a good example too. Like you're a year 2 student in design, and you're making kind of like whatever designs are kind of crappy. You don't really know what you're doing with like gradients and colors yet, but you can make some okay things look okay on Photoshop. And it's like, okay, well, am I better off looking at my old work that was like using kind of archaic techniques, or am I better off learning new techniques so that I can implement new things into the future, right? So that's why I think a trading journal doesn't really make sense, because it's like, what can it really tell you? Would you not be further ahead just educating instead of analyzing bad trades that you may have made based on knowledge that you don't know yet? Like, wouldn't you be better off curing those problems of having bad analysis by learning more, instead of looking at what you, like, looking at the trades you did in the past can't possibly help you make any better decisions in the future in terms of understanding new material. But could you say like, oh, I marked this trend wrong? Yeah, but you don't need a trading journal to show you that. Can it tell you if you're doing more profits in a week or not in a week? Yeah, but again, educating yourself, you're naturally going to increase your profits anyway. So why are you back analyzing profits on a bad trading education and schema? Why are you back analyzing that versus learning new things to analyze going forward? You see what I mean? So I don't think trading journals are really that great. I talk about risk management and blueprint, Emeka. Beginner's course does a really good job of consolidating rules and theories into a simple understanding of techniques. Agreed. You think I should be marking out all daily levels within the current peak value I'm on FOT? I think you should push as far as you can into the course material. I never trade based on fundamentals. I wouldn't be a day trader if I was. I would never trade on fundamentals. I think people who do are just fooling themselves. They're part of the machine that was created to take money from the market. So here's something that I talk about behind closed doors. You guys want to hear something? We don't have too many viewers right now, like 40. I wouldn't have this conversation in front of like thousands of people, but you guys want to hear something pretty neat? Kind of my take on the way that this market is run. A little bit of like black knowledge, I suppose you would call it. Let's create an example. Yes. One person said yes. I'm so anxious to talk about this. Yeah, damn, yes, of course, yes. Okay. Let's create an example for a second before we prove a point. Say I'm a billionaire, and I'm a billionaire in the stock markets. How would I ensure? Well, first off, how did I get to be a billionaire? Well, I trade in the stock markets. That means I'm better than other people. So in trading, I'm better. So that means there's a lot of shitty traders out there. There's a lot of bad money. There's a lot of stupid people. There's a lot of people who are worse than me. So that's how I got rich. Okay, so that's like if you're a billionaire in the stock markets, what you'd think. Okay, well, I want to continue making money in the stock markets. Maybe I'm not a billionaire yet. Maybe maybe I have 20 million and I want 300 million. Maybe I want $1 billion. Okay, maybe I want to open up a hedge fund. Okay, so how can I make sure that bad money keeps coming into the markets? Well, I could go and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars marketing shitty YouTube channels. They will never know who I am, but I could go and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's go search YouTube and go to terrible, or well, we wouldn't search terrible. We would search best day trading courses. We'd watch a little bit of it. We'd see how stupid it is because they're talking about indicators and stuff that's not really, doesn't make any sense. Let's market this channel. Let's get this fucker pumping to like 1 million likes, 1 million subs. Yeah, let's market him. Okay, cool. I have like $100 billion to my name, $100 million to my name. Anyways, what's it going to matter to me if I market this guy 100K blind marketing money? All of a sudden, he's just blowing up, and all these people are watching him. He talks about indicators; those are useless. Yeah, let's get everybody looking at him. Oh, why would we do this? Well, we need to ensure more dumb money's coming into the market. I make money off of dumb money because bad traders feed my wallet. So how do I ensure that bad traders keep coming into the market? Oh, there's some pretty cool indicators. Let's advertise those. Yeah, this is useless. RSI, Fibonacci. Oh, those are useless. Oh, there's this new Elliott wave thing that is lighting the industry on fire. Shit, let's toss 3 or 4 million into marketing that sucker. Let's pay some companies to talk about it. Let's get some tweet marketing gurus for like $1,000 to let's hire like 100 tweet market gurus. It's only going to cost us 50 grand because they only want $1,000 each. Let's get them tweeting out about Elliott wave like crazy. Let's get more dumb money into this market. Yeah, you know, and I have a couple $100 million. Let's take 3 million, fuck it. Let's take 10 million, fuck it. Let's take 15 million, and let's market all the stupidest shit we can so that a ridiculous influx of dumb and bad money comes into my playground so that I can bully all these people who think they know what they're doing. So let's just market all the bad, stupid stuff that we can. Fibonacci, yeah. Moving averages, sure. Oh, there's a new moving average. Fuck, that's a gold mine. EMAs, HMAs. Yeah, millionaire, easy. That's like a pure 1000x on my money. I spend $1 million to get a bunch of dummies into the market to advertise this stuff. Easy 1000x on that million. I just made 100 million on that play. I'm not even trading the stock markets anymore. I'm just ensuring dumb money keeps coming into the market. I got a couple hedge buddies. They know what they're doing too. Let's share this idea with them, and then let's all do it. Let's, as a group, do this and get more dumb money into the market, because the more dumb money that comes into the market, the more money guys like me make. Yeah, this sounds like a pretty good plan. Yeah, let's put it into action. So that's my 2 cents and my take. Where that idea comes from, you guys can use your imagination, but I've done a lot of stuff in the stock market, so let's just realize that I've worked with big companies and things like that before. So this is my take on why you guys see so much fundamental analysis. Oh yeah, let's do some news. Let's do some news stuff. Okay, Fibonacci's bad. News is even worse, because now we're targeting news stations. Now we're targeting. Yeah, let's do fundamental analysis as well. Ichimoku cloud. Oh, that's a good one, dude. That's got the writings of a 10,000x. It sounds cool. It's got the foreign element for all the Westerners to think, oh, Ichimoku cloud. They must have discovered this in the deep streets of Japan, in dark rooms where they all meet at the secret cafes. Like, that's perfect. It even has the name to go with the idea that it makes sense to use it, right? So yeah. Who knows, Zane? I don't know. I don't care to know about that stuff. My goal is to be somebody who's the founder of these kind of the new form in the evolution of day trading. Like, I showed you guys this on my site before, and I'll go back to it. This is something that I created. Procedural and comparative analysis is like a cotton candy original. No one can claim this from me. No one has taught me anything. No one has put this material out there. Right now, the markets are archaic. They're technical and mental analysis. This has been around since the 50s. This has been around since the late 1800s, when technicals were first created. This idea of technical analysis has been here since 1800. Don't you guys think it's time that we have some new layers of technical analysis to be created? So hopefully one day my stuff will catch on, and I'll be the grandfather of modern technical analysis. But who knows? That's just my goal. I don't know if that kind of money suppresses me or not. I have no idea, nor do I care to think about it. I'm just doing my thing, man. The stream is small enough right now that we can say something like that. That's chill. That's fine. But doesn't that make more sense to you guys when you're thinking of like institutions and millionaires and billionaires in the stock markets, multimillionaires, guys who have like 100, 200, 300 million? Doesn't it make more sense to get more bad money into the market than to get to try to edge out the other elite trading gods, the other hedge funds? Doesn't it make more sense, instead of competing against, like, imagine you're Floyd Mayweather. Do you want to fight yourself? As, okay, fine, once in a lifetime you want to fight yourself, you want to fight the other Floyd Mayweather, but don't you want to build a legacy because you can go like 100-0? Yeah, you want to fight giants to get there, but you also want to win. So does it make sense in the stock markets to fight the other hedge funds and the elite giants, or does it make sense to just get more stupid people into the markets with all these dumb techniques, right? Like, think about that for a second. So okay, what's next on our list here? We're getting off into a bit of a ramble mode, cotton rant. That's my personal, like, insider take, and you guys can, like, obviously I said about 5% of what I could, but you guys can kind of fill in the blanks on yourself and make your own assumptions and do those things, because it's not my place to say too much, right? Other than my place is to develop and design my science. We got gold, corn, and wheat. So gold is just like home for me, because this is where I learned everything. XAU USD. What gold ticker should we use though? Because there's a lot. So let's just go gold ticker and see what we want to use. It's a science. Like, if you don't believe it's a science, like, I don't know what to tell you. Isn't this like, there's like, it's just a science on the charts. Here's a base point, here's a reach point, here's the reactions. You can't tell me this isn't a science. If it can't break this trend, it's going to move down, and it's going to backtest it one more time. Like, this is, every chart we've done today has literally followed the exact same rules. And you've had points like this, and no matter whether it's commodities from the 70s or cryptocurrency. Speaking of crypto, let's quickly check on Mr. Bitcoin. Like, no matter what chart it is, it's just like, it's rinse repeat. It's a definitive science. It's used. Here's another example. Oh, if it can't break this trend, it's going to move up because it's rejecting trend. It's literally the same rules, right? It's just those rules go very deep and they're evolving daily. Yeah, Bitcoin's holding its trend right now. If it breaks this trend though, oof, it'd be a spicy moment. Let's go back to looking at what we want to do for a gold ticker. We could just go gold. We can go XAU. Let's check, go back to commodities real quick here. And we're gonna go gold. I've always used XAU USD. That's just what I use. What are we doing for gold ticker? Which one are we going to use? Spot gold. GOL is spot gold. Yeah, gold right here. We have XAU USD. There's a lot of gold charts. So what are we actually using for gold? We're going to look at a few. We think we might just use XAU, but we're going to look at it. I mean, XAU and spot gold is basically the same thing, is it not? Like 1865 XAU USD. Here's gold. It's not just the same thing. It's just a different ticker, right? Like, yeah, 1865. So literally this is the exact same price. So we're going to go XAU Gold Inc. Gold Money Inc. This is an index fund. We looked at this the other day. Same with that other XAU ticker. There was another one. There was this and there was something else. I can't remember the other one though. So what are we doing? Like, are we just going to go XAU USD? I mean, I guess because Owanda's, I guess I'd rather use gold just on, I guess I'd rather just use gold like this. So we're just going to go gold. We're not going to use XAU USD anymore. We're just going to use gold just because of the exchange it's on. Yeah, so this has history back from 1916. Back from the 70s. Gold had its breakout. Right, back from the 1980s to 1996 when gold broke its trend, back tested it, moved up off its range here. Very simple stuff. Moved up off its range right here, right? Moved up off its range on a trend break, and then it had the big boom. People say it's, oh, like the economies were booming. Of course they were booming. Look at the charts. Charts control the world, not the other way around. The chart controls the news. The chart controls the world, not the world controls the chart. Chart will show you what's going to happen. Sometimes when the charts line up outside of expectations, companies scramble to do releases, just so you guys know. Sometimes they have what's called a black release, which is something that they hold in their back pocket to release on a rainy day in case something breaks out of their expectations. Like if gold pumps because it shows it on the chart, but there's no real reason for it, sometimes they'll do like what's called a black release or like a black setup. A black setup is when it's it could sit there for years, and then there's a moment that something happens, it's unexpected for traders, and then a black release comes out. Another little tidbit of information that I probably shouldn't say, but screw it. One moment, everybody. GC1? Okay, we'll do GC1. Isn't it going to be the same thing though? That's fine if it's the same thing. That's the futures though. I don't know if I want a futures chart. It's going to be the same thing. I It's fine. We can use GC1, but they're all going to be the same thing. Like it's all going to be the same price, right? Like it's literally all going to be the same thing. Let's predict the past and not the future. Yeah. You had a feeling something like that's going on? Intuitions are a good thing, my friend. Yeah, they're all the same. Yeah. GC1. Okay, well, we can do GC1. That's fine. Oh, we're going to go GC1. XAU USD is Oanda. GC1 is the futures. Gold itself, like this would be the actual exchange, right? Or the TVC. So yeah, it's like this is going to show you your gold one. Again, it's just like exchange differentiation, but they're all going to be the same thing. We could use GC1. It doesn't matter to me. We'll use GC1. Just why not? Gold, no opinion on gold right now. I'm not charting gold. I have no opinion on gold, nor do I. I'm going to chart gold off screen because I think gold deserves a little more. It's at an all-time high, and I have some things I don't talk about until I get to butterfly effect as to why I won't chart this on screen. I probably won't have too much of a gold chart, maybe just some expectations. So I think gold is going to be the ones that, I don't share too much information on here. Hey, what's next on the list? We're done gold. We've got corn and wheat, and then we're done for the day, and we come back Friday to do. So what's the corn tickers? Probably just type corn and you get it. Let's try it. I don't want the fund. Corn futures. What is this? CBOT? ZC? Okay, so let's try CBOT. That's probably going to be, oops. CBOT. So there's not what I'm looking for, actually. Not at all what I'm looking for. ZC, corn futures. Here we go. CBOT. Okay, corn futures. How much information do we have first and foremost? Since the 70s. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, corn looks incredible. Corn looks like it's moving up long term. Well, let me just say that right off the hop. Corn does look pretty incredible right now. It's holding a very high range in its move, and it is moving up off it, and it's been holding it for years. Like it's been holding this range for years. Like you could ultimately see corn drop to like 218. Could ultimately see corn drop to like right here. But I don't know if that's really going to happen. I mean, it's been holding this range like a god. And it's breaking its move right now. I don't really think you're going to see corn moving down too much, to be honest with you. And I think there's some lower time frame trends that are going to show you that here. Yeah, you simply right here, if you break this trend right here, you're going to be moving up, right? Like that's, you've got a bunch of distribution trends happening, like this one right here that hits right there, pulls it back, stabilizes a move against the range. You start cycling against the move. You've got this trend here broken. You've got your interior trend right here broken. Yeah, I mean, corn looks good. Corn looks like it's moving up over time. Your pullback can happen maybe around 5.6 if it does have a pullback, but I don't necessarily think that's possible. I think you're looking for more of a short at like the 660 range, like right here. I think you're looking more like a short right there. Maybe it's a lower range actually. 650. Yeah, you're looking at like 640. So a short pullback at like 640. Might be a little premature on that. You might need to actually target a higher level, but that would be like a pretty good first spot to look at corn. It looks like it's going there right now. It's broken its range, and has it broken both ranges? It's broken one. It hasn't broken its second range, going after its third range. So I think it would be safe to say that 640 would be a great short opportunity. I really like that. And yeah, ultimately a pullback, maybe you might even be, I don't know, I think you'd just risk it and go a little lower. I think these are two very strong levels, and I think this defines the range of the future. I think a lot of, like, what I'm seeing a commonality right now is a lot of things are going to hit a lot of new lows that they haven't seen in like 20 years, and then ultimately bounce off and create a bigger move up. So I think the stock markets over the next 10 years, possibly we're going to see a lot of these things pull back to some of these very crucial ranges. Like corn could possibly pull back to 218 before it moves up to a new all-time high, or until it moves back up to 720. What the hell is this, by the way? Why is it like an apostrophe 2? What the hell is this? What is this? 640? It's like 640 feet and 2 inches or something. It's like weird. What the hell is this? Is there any corn traders in here? Why is it this? Why is there an apostrophe in my price? What's going on? I've never traded corn before. But I think you can see like a lot of companies, like one by one. I think you can see a lot of these like trend breaks right now. Like kind of commonality I'm seeing with looking at all these charts is you're going to see like a lot of trend breaks going, a rejected trend, a long-term trend created, a new low hit before a new all-time high run up, and there's going to be like a polarity in there that some of these companies are going to die and some of them are going to continue to run up. So it's really interesting, actually. It kind of can get like an overview of the economy for the next 5-10 years or whatever. It's because it's on the cob. Okay, John. Okay, dude. Like over time it's growing. Okay, dude. Just increase your resolution. I'm streaming in 4K. You should see the screen perfectly fine. Wheat is our next one. So we've got ZC1, which is corn on the cob, apparently. We got ZC1, which is corn. We better save our list here. We've done a lot of work on this list. We better save this. ZC1, this is corn futures. Corn futures. Wow, I really like our commodities list. It's really shaping up nicely. And wheat. So what is the wheat ticker? This is the final one we're doing today. ZW? Yeah, wheat futures. There it is. Wheat futures. Okay, is there any other wheat? So there's the wheat fund, ETV, which is just wheat like this, which we don't want this, but we're going to check it real quick. So we don't want this, but this is the dollar. Oh, I see. Okay, so the funds are in the dollar increment as to where that's the stock increment, I think. Okay, it makes sense. Wheat fund as well as pop too. Jesus. So we're going to go back. What was that? ZW? ZW. Oh yeah, this has hit its range perfectly. Surprised it didn't drop lower. Maybe I'm missing something on a higher time frame here. Yep, there it is. Wheat's turning the corner, boys. No, I don't think that's true. I think wheat could be going to distribution here. Wheat has definitely... Well, I don't necessarily think it's distribution. I'm going to just look at this chart before I say anything, actually. There's a lot of stuff I'm not drawing, by the way. I'm just, so used to doing charts at the, the 20 lines that I would normally draw. They're already drawn in my head. They kind of just like a filter pop in instantly for me. I just draw only like things that I want to see. Kind of a few interesting points I'll just draw on the charts. But I like inside my own little mind here, there's a bunch of stuff going on. Yeah, I mean, wheat really does look like it's going to have a breakout here. Right here, right? That's here to here. Wheat really does look like it's about to have a breakout. This is the most important part of the wheat chart, is this bottom side trend here. On this particular chart, it is anyways. We're going to see if wheat actually goes back and touches this trend again. This is interesting because wheat can be setting up a distribution cycle here, but it's a pretty interior distribution cycle. Hey, earning army, what's up? You did miss gold, yes. Doing copper on Friday. No, I'll be doing the S&P 500 when I the SPX. I'll be doing that when I do stocks. Today is all about commodities. XMI is good to trade. I know that's a fund. XMI. Pretty sure XMI is a fund. Major market index, yeah. It's an ETF. It's an EFT, escape from Tarkov. Wheat is an interesting chart. Wheat is kind of stuck between 2 points right now where it definitely does look like it's moving up long term. But yeah, there's definitely a justifiable back test that can happen here before it moves up. Yeah, I think you're more looking at this, to be honest with you. I think you're more looking at a long-term back test of this. So I do think you're going to hit a layer of distribution. I just don't know where it's going to happen yet, but it's going to be somewhere in this range. So I do think you are going to hit a layer of distribution on wheat. It could have just been onset right now. It did just reject a range, or it can go up to the higher range and play that. But really the short already existed as of this month. How many days ago did that short exist? Oh, just 2. This actually literally just happened, this rejection of this range. And it was to the dollar too, or to the foot, I guess it would be on this. Is that foot? Is that the way we say it on wheat and corn? Do we say to the foot? I don't know. This is super weird. I don't know what this apostrophe is all about, to the foot. We're just going to say dollar or cent or whatever. It hit it to this almost to the cent. So, because this would be like $6.90, right? Per stock of wheat futures, which is converted to feet, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the way that works. I think your important moment is this trend and how far it's going to break through trend before it regains it. Right, that's perfect. I guess ultimately you could go down to like 330 and pull back up off of 330, break trend, pull back up off of 330, hold it, and then take a big move up. Yeah, wheat's going to be really good to trade on this trend, and that's what you'd be looking at. But I think wheat can maybe enter some distribution right now. Like it literally just hit its level, and like it has its range right here. Hit it to the dollar, hit it literally to almost to the cent. It hit it. So the level got hit to the cent almost. More the range, I should say. The range tests to the cent. And so this is ZW1 wheat. So let's mark this on our list. We got ZC, which is corn. Oh, it was Z corn, ZW, Z wheat, of course. What other Z is there? But we don't really care because it's just Z1 and ZC that we're looking at. Wheat and corn. Wheat futures. We want to check on any Forex or stocks pairing today? I do want to just see AFA because somebody mentioned that on the first stream and we did like AFA chart. Let's just quickly go here, go AFA. Yeah, still trying to go after that trend, but it's starting to ladder down now. I really want to see if it hits one of our levels. I mean, it broke our first 2 perfectly, but yeah, that's really all I wanted to see on stocks is just the AFA chart. Well, somebody said Netflix too, but we're going to do that another day. Yep. Bitcoin holding its trend. Okay, let's talk about schedule for the rest of the week here. Tomorrow off because tonight we're recording for Saturday, new Trading Life Saturday. I've got some other videos coming out as well. We've got Future of Trading that didn't come out today because we're doing the live stream, but that's okay. We won't do a Future of Trading today. We'll do one tomorrow. We did an unexpected live stream today instead of Future of Trading. So Future of Trading comes out tomorrow. Is tomorrow Thursday or Friday? Tomorrow's Thursday, isn't it? So tomorrow and Friday, Future of Trading. 2 episodes on Future of Trading. Saturday, we've got a new Trading Life video, which is like the good, like new high quality series that we're doing, which is awesome. Sunday, we're going to have a shorter video coming out, a vlog release coming out Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, back to FOT and also on top of FOT, the live stream. So we've got a pretty busy 5 days ahead of us. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool 5 days. So we talked about some pretty off the cusp stuff today, right? Like today was kind of a one-off day. A lot of days won't be. This is like weirdo conspiracy theorist content, the old guy who's sitting on a farm, a broken down farm, talking about the FBI, how they took his stuff because the Roswell crashed in his backyard. This is like weirdo stuff where we went down kind of a like different kind of black topics. We'll call them black topics today, which was kind of cool to do this into more of a smaller stream. I think the stream today was smaller because it was kind of unannounced, right? It was, well, I announced it on Twitter. So follow on Twitter if you don't, if you haven't followed already on Twitter, but follow on Twitter if you haven't, because I do these schedule announcements there. It's just simply Twitter Cotton Candy TA. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Good for the analytics. Yeah, kind of some cool talk today. We did about some black, we'll just call them black topics. We did like a lot of black topic talk today, which is not something I'll typically get into, but yeah, today just felt like a good day to do a few rounds, popping off on chat a little bit. But it's cool stuff because you know what? It's stuff that a lot of people, still 7 a.m. Yeah, still 7 a.m. It's a lot of people that, have kind of these questions that they don't really have answers to. So hopefully I gave some answers that people appreciate today, because it's definitely stuff that, you know, I've worked with like a lot of big players and exchanges and traders and big funds and stuff like that. So, you know, not that I get told these things directly, but sometimes I do. And then also sometimes I've just got a good ear for these things and I figure things out. So yeah. In the black topics today. Okay. I'm out of here. See you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the stream today, and we will be back on, oh God, I'm going to screw this up again. Friday, because today's Wednesday. Yeah, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday, our day off for recording, and then Friday. So I'm going to be recording the Trading Life tomorrow, and Friday we're back for the live stream, as well as Future of Trading tomorrow and Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday. So we've got 5 days of content coming out straight next. So anyways, thanks for coming by today, guys, and we'll see you Friday.